Greetings. I would like to play another game, and I start with e4. I play white. The opponent plays e5, and I play. Probably I should play knight f3, knight c6. Maybe he will play Italian opening, so I play bishop c4, or maybe I play Scottish. Okay, maybe play Italian opening. I spent too much time on this opening moves, so I played d4, and he played d6. So he played bishop g4. Right now, he wants to capture my pawn. Yeah, definitely he wants to capture my pawn. But unfortunately it never happened because I will checkmate him that moment. And yeah, better to take with a queen. He moved his queen out. I spent too much time on this opening moves. I play bishop b3 because in this case I can, if he capture my pawn with a knight, I will capture his pawn b7, and right now I play d5. And after that, I think I have an advantage. I will check him, and the only way he can play is b5. Oh, c6, it's definitely a mistake. So I play c3, he plays b5, and now I can take pawn a7 to attack the rook, so I'm not going to lose my bishop in any case. He didn't play knight c2, so I can basically play bishop d3, but I can take the pawn first because the pawn and attack the rook and queen at the same time. So he finally played knight c2 to win my rook, but it's not rook, it's just rook for the queen, rook for the knight. On the other hand, I'm waiting. So there is a checkmate attempt, and he didn't notice it. So it will be a beautiful checkmate. Bishop f2 checkmate. Bishop f7 checkmate. The opponent just didn't notice. He was too greedy from the beginning, trying to win my pawn, and it ended up with a checkmate within 14 moves. Let's analyze the game. So I play e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4, and d6. I don't like this system. Don't know much about it, but this trap I can realize immediately. So if he takes my knight, so it will be an attack on f6, on f7. So he needs to play with a knight, but in that case I will. Yeah, if he takes, if he captures the pawn, it will be a checkmate. So he cannot do that. Basic move is knight f6. However, he played with queen f6, and probably it's a little bit unusual. Yeah, because after queen knight f6, I can play bishop or queen b3. Now the engine suggests a long castle, but I don't like this position either. So he played rook b8, and already he has minus 1 point, 1.7. I can attack him in this case. So if he takes the pawn, I will attack him on b7, and then his position is not so good. But this is not what happens in the game. So in any case, taking so rook b8, and yeah, I think if he takes a castle, if he suggests a castle, so I'll play queen a4, queen g6, castle, and the engine suggests that knight a6 is better. And after, if he play b5, it's not good. So, but after knight f6, he will lose a knight. He'll basically lose a knight. So the idea with a long castle doesn't seem so good, because the engine suggests at the beginning suggests this move, but then it turns out that the engine doesn't like that move itself. Okay, rook b8. So I already have an advantage, and I attack, check. So the good move would be b5, queen take, and the pawn take. Why I can take a7. So there's like complicated consequence for this move, but he did the move c6. So, and in this conflict, in any case, I have an advantage, but he did knight c6, and I play c3, because knight is captured, knight is in the trouble. So after that, b4, b5, and I take the pawn a7. The engine suggests that it's possible to play knight c2, because in this case I would play anyway king d1, but now after this happens, I can take the pawn on c6, and if he takes, I will attack the rook and queen, and the position becomes a disaster, because I will capture the rook and have an extra queen. But if he didn't, so it will be a checkmate. So what in case of knight c2, he can play rook d8, and then I move the bishop. He takes the rook, and I capture the pawn, and my pawn will become a queen sooner or later. So in any case, his position is super bad. So the opponent tried to be very greedy, and instead of developing, he actually decided to capture the pawn d4 from the beginning, and this is the consequences of this actions. Greed and undeveloped position leads to big problems. I hope you like this game. Actually, it's a nice punishment for greed, and very typical. So I suggest not to think about pawns, especially in the beginning of the game. Thank you very much for watching my video. See you next time. Bye bye.